We'll see if it works this time. The last two shows I tried to start, magically, no one showed up. Quite strange, but we will see.
Actually sending out pictures.
We'll see what happens here. Oh, we'll give this 5 minutes.
Sending pictures
Let's see
of
what
the
happens.
event, and when I asked them to review it, these are pictures I took. Because the Knot people came a couple weeks ago, and they were like, do that. And because they don't have, because the Brides don't have these instant pictures. The photography is,
Exactly, yeah, it is. I didn't slip in there, I slid.
So I'm totally
Yeah, and they appreciate that. I mean,
I got one review out of it. But it's only been 3. So 1 out of 3, 30%, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You're mixing metaphors.
No, that's great advice, Ty. That's great advice.
I just noticed it today, you know, because I tried to.
I didn't notice it either. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're 100%. Shit, I didn't notice it. Thank you.
This is the most attractive part about the whole thing.
Well, I
not that I
get where
give a
you're
fuck
coming
about
from.
that.
I'm saying that.
But I still need to.
Quite an interesting day
No, I
of
still need to
strange occurrences.
perform if I'm going to use it as.
First it was the noodles that I wanted that I couldn't find because everything was closed. And then it started raining when I left. And then the first beer I ordered they didn't have.
So that one happened that chance.
The last two live broadcasts, the last two streams I did, no one showed up to. What's the weird energy today? Anybody? Is Emma going to come through and tell me what the weird energy is about astrology today and what's affecting my Gemini month, Gemini season? We'll see. We will find out shortly. Or it could just be the bar I'm at. I don't know. Because David Mannion earlier was like, go to a dive bar. So I'm at this. I'm at a very super dive bar. So maybe that's affecting something. Who knows?
What's really sad is that I have to download this app so that I can go pick up my medicines that I can actually afford.
There's an app for making medicine affordable?
Yep.
What's it called?
Called Good RX.
It's called Go to the Bar.
Called Good RX. I need to pick up my medicine for my skin.
It's quite strange. These are the first 3 broadcasts ever that in the first couple minutes people just aren't. There's not a handful of people. It's quite I don't know. Is it astrologically derived? Is it technologically derived? Is it just so happens? Is it a happenstance? Is it a coincidence? But people use that word all wrong. Hey, Bon Iver's on the radio. Hopefully he doesn't steal my 36 cents I'll make from this.
I just have a shitty burner phone, so I keep losing my phone all the time. Get my insurance.
Who's in here? Anybody? Make yourself known. Who are you? And I'll show you around the diviest. This is I would say if there's 3 tiers to dive bars, this is like a tier 2 dive bar. This is not the lowest level. It's pretty scummy, but not that bad. Like, I mean, we got bars in the windows and shit, and like the table ain't even big enough.
It's not the defender. It's the one right underneath the defender. There's 3 tiers. It's the middle tier.
Why he just say 3 tiers? The same. Just do you hear that?
I have to show you next time I'm in.
Just as soon as it said 3 tiers, he says 3 tiers about something weird.
I'll show you next time I'm in. But I have the sense of guys.
About 5 minutes. I'm gonna stay out here for a while. I'm gonna stay and see what's going on. We'll figure it out.
But they do have the other options for it.
Quite strange to me.
Like I said, it's not the defender, which has screen protector, dust, and shock.
This is I even leave this up because this is probably funny to people. Maybe are they not getting the massage, or is it just they don't want to listen to me bullshit tonight? I don't know. There's a bunch of people earlier today, and I said I would come back, and I tried it 3 times. Nobody showed up. It's weird.
Oh, I had that same phone too. I bought that phone.
5 minutes in, this happened 3 times, the last 3 times. 5 minutes in, it's never happened ever before. Are people just not entertained by me anymore? Is it dinner time for everybody? Is it not that exciting? What's up, Residence Creative? First one to make themselves known. We had the dive bar due to David Mannion's suggestion. And no one is showing up. I'm so happy it's not my birthday today, because I'd be very sad that no one showed up to my birthday. But I did make a date with a bunch of people. I made a sushi date, and no one's showing up for the sushi date. Shaman Clown. Oh, is it a special reserved room for just the most delightful and insane of the crew? Is that what's happening? Cheers to you, my friend. It's what time? Let's see. If it's 6 o'clock here, it's like what, noon for you? It's like noon. You're like in lunch break or whatever. Yeah, I mean, you know what? It was the worst thing, Resonance. I knew I shouldn't have eaten, and as soon as I ate, I felt like shit, and I've been feeling like it's got me like snotty a little bit. Like I didn't even eat that much. I ate some spring rolls and a couple pieces of sushi. That's all. And I was just felt awful afterwards. It's like, I haven't eaten for like 3 or 4 days, and I was like, well, I probably shouldn't. I don't really want to eat, but I was like, I probably should eat because I don't know why. Because it's better than drinking all the time, but it's really not. So I ate, and I was like, oh, I immediately feel like shit right now. But don't worry, we're fixing that. Back to drinking. Take a dump and get that shit out of me. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping. Shaman Clown, I'm hoping so, because I haven't had a birthday gift in about 10 months. I changed my habits up of going out late. I mean, I go out late night, and like, there wasn't a time I didn't have a birthday gift. You know, it's always, that's easy. And I started changing the hours that I went out, and because I just didn't want to take that level of you know, that kind of chick home. I didn't want that, you know, like, because it turns out like a good time for a while, but they just ain't on this level, you know. And so now that I'm on this level doing this shit, like, what do you think, I'm gonna meet a bitch at a library? You think I'm gonna go to the grocery store and, like, you know, that's like movies, right? You know, like, okay, like, yeah, I probably will or whatever, but so I just go out earlier in the day, just that way I can pass out by the time I can be on a regular sleep schedule, go to sleep by like 10 o'clock and get up by like 7, and then have a normal day. I mean, drinking all day probably, but but as far as the honey pieces, the material world, it's like the less that I've eaten, the less that I've eaten, you know. So I just gave that up a long time ago, just because I was like, you know, I was fucking with this chick that I really liked, and she really liked me too, but she was hanging out with like a den of witches, and there just was a weird thing about it, and so it just didn't work out. We had some, you know, she got out of a relationship, I just got a relationship, blah blah blah. You know how that works. And then after that, I'm out here just doing this. If I would just start drinking at like 7 like a normal human being, rather than start drinking at like 11, it'd probably work out better. I don't know about better, but like I feel like I've missed the how to put it. Like, you know, there could have been some mistakes made with sticking things in the wrong places. You know, I think I had a stalker, like really bad, awful, like actually that fucked up my other relationship. So, and that kind of just put me off to bitches altogether. And so I was like, well, what are you gonna do? Women, bitches, and goddesses, and I ain't sniffing out the goddesses anymore. Where they at? Where they at? Where you at, women? I'll take a woman. I'm tired of the bitches. I'll take a woman, I guess. I don't really want a lady. I need like the queen, the goddess, that kind of thing. I mean, do I miss the thing? Yeah, sure. But oh well. I can still entertain myself during the day with my co-companion, co-conspirator.
Where's Will?
So check this fucking dive bar out, Look at this fucking place. That's what we're talking about. I'll show you the rest of it in a second. I'll show you as soon as the music starts playing. I think they're gonna have a live band. I think they have a live band 24 hours, 7 days a week. Yeah, you residents, I hear you about the contrast, but because I'm such a contrasting person, just my general Geministic qualities, that I've had a lot of contrast in my life. You know, what up, high tech? Like the number of I would never call myself out like that and hold myself out and tell you how many women I've been with, but it's way too many. It's not a pat on the back. It's nothing. It just like there's so many different flavors and so many different things and so many different interactions with different parts of my personality. And it was, you know, it's just how I got down. I don't know. Nobody counts. Residence Creative, I'll let you guess though. You can put a number and then I'll tell you up or down. I'll give you one chance if you wanted to know. Could you even guess? Would you even want to know? If you just said that fucking whole bag Zen right there. One or less. Thank you for that. Thank you for not making me answer the question. I've been a virgin for a very long time. I said aversion to a version of reality. I wonder sometimes, like, hey, the Shaman Clown, you got to get over on our are you on Instagram, Shaman Clown? You got to get over on our other chat. It's so you creative. We got a bunch of us over on God Mode Talk. But so we just like throughout the day just say some dumb shit. But I wonder about like my favorite people, and like if you were to like, you know, when you travel, they call it roadkill. Look at Nirvana B coming through. Yeah, get on Instagram, Shaman Clown. Yeah, and Nirvana B's on there. We have some stupid talks. We talk about the dumbass shit. All crazy as fuck. So I always wonder about that. Like, what's all of our total body count? Like, I wonder. Like, how many? Like, what? Like, how astronomical would that figure be? And I also wonder, because you think about that, like we're all a few steps removed from whatever they say, 6 steps removed from Kevin Bacon or whatever. But like, how many steps are we all removed from each other of people that we've you know? I wonder that. Like we probably all know each other through one person. Like there's probably like oh I know, okay, yep, we both. You know. Have we shared lovers at the same time? I mean, I've only done that a few times, but I mean, at the same exact time. No, I don't think so. I don't. Did we ever do this? I mean, I've had a couple of those nights. I don't fucking wake up and like, well, apparently this is what happened, and but I would guess so. I would only guess so because of the question I told you earlier. I was like, if you were to give me a number, mathematics would make sense in my favor. That you would you definitely have. Even if you only kissed, only if you've been with one woman, chances are. Oh, I kid. It's not that bad. Or that good, or whatever, I don't know. It's not. Yeah, Nirvana B. Nirvana B. Once you went, how long has it been this past time? Nirvana B and me about to, you know, it's so funny. I used to think, She was not Rising Love. She was Rise Now. See, I used to confuse the two. Rising Love is Jennifer Jen. Nirvana B is Rise Now, right? See, I used to confuse them too up until probably yesterday. But Nirvana B, how long has it been since last time? Because we about to end it on the same day. Blue ribbons, huh? I know, stop, I know. Don't get all these people all excited and get them up in arms, get them all amped up about that. I hope it's, you know, it's been such a, I might be awful at it at this point. You might be like, this fucking dude is just, he's you know, I could be like straight like retarded, not even know how do these hands work, how does this all work? I might forgot, I don't even know, who knows, I might be really terrible. I doubt it, but I guess we'll just have to find out. Bye, Nirvana. And I'll talk to you later on the other thing. Yeah. I'll talk to you in a little while. I got your message. I'll talk to you soon. I know. So on to other things. What you all want to talk? You're joking? You're joking? You're not leaving? Oh, you're still here? You want to maintain this humor? Everybody else is like, what? What the fuck are they talking about? I think everybody had kind of figured it out already, but we'll see. Should I trim this up a little bit, or do you want? Should I wash my hair? Should I? Hey Nirvana, should I eat pineapples for like a week? You know what I mean? Should I just drink pineapple juice? Shaman Khan, your daughter said you're the best man in the world. Wow, that's crazy. Well, thank you. I never met her, but I'm pretty sure she's pretty awesome, because if she thinks that, then she must know how to think right. Yeah, it was enjoyable talking to her. I'm glad she liked Meatwad. Meatwad's a really cool. Like, Meatwad's been mad sleepy lately. This bit's been so hot here, and she's not great in the heat. Like, she's been in a lot of different climates, and so when she, like, after I take her outside and we bring her back upstairs, because she could come up 4 flights of stairs after running around the field, and she's just dead to the world. And then, so, you know, I was out all day, so she gets mad at me. Like, she has an attitude. The dog has a personality. She's human. And she'll just give me attitude. And she wasn't really even trying to be nice. She was just like, fine. I could sense it all over her little pit bull face. Oh, no, should I? Well, that's the difference. See, in this realm, as her father, you're a shaman. I'm just some dude. I'm just a man. You know. When she looks at it differently, she'll see like, oh, those are 2 living, walking gods. Both shamans. Yeah, it's too hard to explain what that means. Yeah. Oh, she knows I am? Most people don't know that. Because I don't even think they know what the word is. You know? That's the weirdest thing. So how to explain, that's the how do you explain what that is? I could show you. Yeah, there's this Indian place in New Orleans called Nirvana. It's pretty tasty. There's one Indian place that when you get your fine little butt down here, it's the greatest fusion of Indian and New Orleans cuisine. Like it's like probably Zagat rated. It's like super, like it's immaculate restaurant. So maybe we'll go eat there. We'll have a day of we'll have a couple days of different kinds of feasting. No, Shaman Clown. This is open to the public. We don't mind. Hey, Shaman Clown. You ain't even you get your Instagram. You can go you watch the retardation that we all do. It's basically it's Kyle Estes and and Maya and Jin and me, obviously, and Nirvana and Torin and a bunch of other people. Just and Daniel Drury. Daniel Drury, by the way. Nirvana will tell you Daniel Drury's a little more wild out there than we thought. Daniel Drury's on some next level shit. Durian eating crazy Thailand, like he's out there, yo. Reading, I didn't know. He is hilarious. I didn't know. I thought he was just like this. I'm Daniel Drury, and I'm really pretty, and I meditate, and I bless things and I make love to everything. No, I don't. That's not the whole of it. Apparently, a little bit of Zen got into people. I didn't mean it. I didn't. This is not my fault. I didn't. If you want to blame somebody for me, blame on me. I know. Blame on me. Tell her. She's on there too. She just don't talk. She sits in the background. She can just hover cats and everything. Tell her it's her fault. It's her fault that I do this to people. So yeah, what up, Shaman Clown? What's good with you, man? What's going on? Who else is in here? Resonance in here. What's going on?
I feel like I can talk forever, but as soon as you put like a light on me and a microphone.
Torrin started it? What did Torrin say? Torrin, he ain't allowed to start that kind of shit. Sorry about that, guys. I got a couple burps in me. I gotta get rid of that sushi. Oh yeah, Torrin started the group, but he didn't start the fire. He just started the group because he wanted to have God mode chat. But who started it? It was Kyle. Well, Kyle didn't start that. Shaman Clown, I told you, if you need something, get at me. It's not a fucking problem. So I think it was, who started it? It was probably the Genie. The Genie's always starting some bullshit. He's gonna start something. He probably started it. I'll say it was his fault. It was his or Daniel Drury's. I don't know. I didn't think Daniel Drury had the capacity to do that, but yeah, Torrin started the group. You got to get a little buzz on. What you drinking on, Resonance Creative? Yeah, Jenny and Estes did. Yeah, I got on there for a little bit. That was excellent. But William couldn't figure out how to get his phone to get his face on there. That would have been way better. They were using I don't know. They use Google Hangouts to get onto YouTube, and Jeannie knows how to do that. So every time that I've been on one, I've been fucking wasted out of my mind. And they invite me into a chat. I'm like, I don't know why you're inviting me right now, and I just forget whatever happens, and hopefully it all worked out. This is why I can't be guests on people's shows. Sinful cherry vanilla soda with whipped cream, vodka, and Death Star. What the hell does that all mean? That sounds awesome. Ooh, and somebody is smoking something good outside. I might have to go touch something up. Give me 1 second. Is that out back? There's an odoriferous fermentation is going through my olfactory glands. Oh no, it's on somebody's shirt. It's not happening right now. It already happened. Damn it. Fuck. Okay, well, next time. Anyways, check that shit off. No, it don't matter to me. I get a contact no matter how it is. Just the smell. I don't even need it. Yeah, the nose does. So that's creative. You were saying fully sinfully cherry vanilla soda with whipped cream vodka. What is Death Star? What is Death Star? It tastes like you jerked the soda. Come on, don't throw me softballs like that. We're not going back to the 50s. If you say jerk this, come on. It's the distillate of cannabis? Really? Oh man, that sounds so awesome. Oh. Do you make it or what? Oh yeah, she got earlier. Yeah, you don't gotta go no. Hey, we in the look at we are in the red. Where are we at? We're in the red light. We're in the red light districts. We keep it cozy out here.
I don't know where I heard that.
We'll keep the. Really? Oh man, yeah, that's gonna be happening soon. The rest of the country, but apparently it's medical is legal in Florida now, which is cool. That's not too far from my other place. And you know what? It's I've always said it's pretty much legal, and it's pretty much legal here. I mean, it's not legal here. It's complete. Like the state is like not. The state isn't. But it's so confusing because if you come to New Orleans, like the whole place is completely not even. It's not even beyond liberal. It's just it's not apathetic. It's just don't break shit. This is basic New Orleans. Is just don't break shit. That's all. So like people out here smoking everywhere. Nobody's doing anything about it. Cops ain't got time for that. They're waiting for the drunk people to be an asshole and then just throw them in the fucking ringer for a night and catch $500 for just for being a dummy. Then they're gonna do that all day. That's easy. That's easy money. You know what I mean? Like what a fucking for them to sit there and write a ticket for $60 for somebody smoking weed. They don't have time for that shit. What's up, Ricky Ricardo? I am no one's hero. I am only a conveyor belt of garbage and diamonds and wisdom and shit and foolishness and massive quantities of awesomeness and all sorts of different shit. But I am no hero. Don't fool yourself. You're your own hero. But thank you, I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. That's the only way I've ever known how to deal with a compliment is some sort of I have to barrier myself from compliments for some reason. I think it's for this one simple reason that if I allow someone's compliments to lift me up, then I would let someone's insults bury me. And I'm not going to let someone's insults bury me. So I can't let someone's compliments lift me up. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a really important lesson. If that would be the lesson of this, is the more that you feel good about someone telling you that you're a cool dude, whatever, a good person, you're doing. As soon as then someone says you're doing something wrong, you're a bad person, you're an asshole for that, it's gonna just compress you. And I've been through that, and it's not a happy place. I get there sometimes, and so instead I just like, nope, this is what I'm doing, and like it or not, that's what's happening. I am self-law God. I am self-law master. I am these things, abracadabra. I say it, so such it is. And let's move on, and then I give the most important part of the lesson. But you are too. Don't do what I do, but just don't follow my lead. Just find your own, dig in your own little path, your own little, just wherever you gotta go. And if it's walking in front of me, walking behind me, walking next to me, so be it. That's the way to go about life. But thank you. I do appreciate it. Obviously, I'm humbled by that kind of shit. That as much as anything makes me want to cancel, shut my channel off. As much as people insulting me. Not many people insult me. No one's really insulting me. Let me rephrase that. People that say stupid shit and try to just get a rise out of me. I'm like, of course, I'm gonna respond to this, but So just in the same way, I'm like, man, I don't want my channel to be all big. I don't have to be like sitting here just going, oh, just humbled by every nice thing someone says. Because so many people have affected my life in such a positive way that I can't even offer enough thanks to all of those people. I don't have enough time to do it. I don't have enough outlet to do it. I can't be like, hey, you. You know, when somebody authors a book, and they're sitting there in the beginning like, here's all of the people I'd like to thank for helping me on this journey. And they're just like, always at the end, they're like, well, if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Well, there's some way you can offend someone. That's why I just say, I ain't thanking nobody, and nobody needs to thank me. We good. We keep it 0. Wait, is that wrong? Oh, did I throw up that? Yeah, we'll keep it 0. Is that better? When I can, you know.
When you got into this altercation, so to speak.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see that what Residence Creative, I'm gonna do a whole show on narcissism because I think it's very important. Me and Jeannie and some people went through this the other night. I think narcissism is extremely important, but I don't think most people know what it actually really means. I think that if we look at culture, I'm not gonna do the whole thing here, but I'm gonna give you a little piece of it. If we look at the way that mental health and therapy and all this talks about certain cluster B personality disorders and narcissism and stuff, they're using false definitions of what it means because they don't even know what the story is and they don't know how it actually works. And if I go and ask Master Teacher, everybody knows who Master Teacher is, he says, what's up, reflection? Well, now if I go look in a mirror, what am I doing? I'm being narcissist. I'm being Narcissus. I'd look into a pond or I'd look into a mirror and I'd say, I love myself. I love myself. So if I love myself, then that means that gives me the capacity to love you. If I don't love myself, how the fuck can I love you? Everybody walking around here trying to be loathing reality. Everybody wants to make you feel bad for liking yourself. And I'll repeat it because I think it's funny. And I don't repeat myself too often. I thought it was funny the other day. Because I don't think too many people are in here the same. I wasn't here the other day. But like right now, if I want to go fucking masturbate, I'll walk in the bathroom and jerk off if I want to. That's how much I love myself. Because fuck you. Fuck this bar, right? I mean, that's the way I feel physically. So be it. Or I just love myself doing this. I'm sitting here in a corner of a bar. I don't care. What do these people got to do with me? Nothing. And so that's narcissistic. It really is. But I'm doing it because I see, and Lakesh on my arm says, I'm another myself, which you are me. So why wouldn't I be narcissistic? I'd want you to be narcissistic, so that way when you look at a reflection, meaning me, as a reflection of yourself, you'd feel the same way about me as you'd feel about yourself, which would be good. But society tells you to feel bad and be humbled and to bow down to shit. We ain't bowing down to nothing. We stand up and we love ourselves. See? No? Right? Wrong? Maybe?
I love that game where I'm like, oh, I take it out
Yeah, Shaman Khan getting a rise out of me? No. Yeah, Residence Creative, that's that Charlie Brown shit right there. That's right. There we go. Hey, so let me grab one more beer. And we'll continue on this talk. And if you want to go farther with the narcissism, I'll turn the talk into that because I think it's very important. I just wanted to label it that and start at the beginning so that way people in the future, we don't have to get 30 minutes in a video to find me talking about something that's very important, which is the way that we perceive ourselves, the way that we've been taught to perceive ourselves. If we say we're gods as we are, then it's pretty much a label schizophrenic or narcissistic. But to be a god, you can't lack empathy. My old man is a killing machine. I'm a hippie, yet it works. Yes, the empathy comes out of narcissism, whether anybody wants to believe that or not. Because if you've ever been truly narcissistic and you've ever truly felt pain, then you can empathize with everyone else for knowing that they have a life just like you, and their narcissism and their pain is the same as yours. And so then you can ink on your skin and Lakesh. And you can say, this is my family. Like we all live the illusion of separation and pain and anxiety and terror and fear and depression. And we also live the other bounty, if we choose to, of love and glory and splendor and wonderment and excitement and just all of this stuff, right? It's just a way of perceiving the world. And that when you're taken outside of your own self and your own power and your own, you call it narcissism, to be able to look at yourself and say, I love what I'm looking at. Once you're taken away from that, then you can't see anybody. You can't even look at another person. If somebody can't look at themselves naked in the mirror and say, I love you, how the fuck do you think they're going to go and say they love their children? They hate their children because they hate themselves, because their children dropped as a seed from their tree, and they realize that they're weak fucking people. I had weak parents, very weak, because I'm adopted. I don't know about my real parents, but I know the two that I had are fucking weak people. They're very angry about everything. And so they expressed that towards me. And so they weakened the strength of my seed. I was a God seed. I'm Anunnaki. I'm a God. I'm a Canaanite. I came from the Bible. I came from the Holy Quran. I came from all that shit. I come from the highest level. I'm living in 3030. As I say this, you know who's on the radio? Deltron 3030. See, these people, because they weren't narcissistic, all they could do was look outside of themselves and look at everything else and see what they didn't like, rather than looking at themselves and saying, I actually love what you are. I love what I am, even when I'm being like funny, or people sometimes think because when I'm arguing with people or getting all like this or whatever, like, you know, they think that I'm actually feel that way. I'm not really. It's funny to me. I enjoy it. I like verbal battles with people. It's funny to me. I'm not really caught up in it, because at the end of the day, I can look at myself and say, I like who you are, so that way I can like who all of you are. I need self-respect to give you any respect. People that don't respect themselves can't respect you.
Okay. Yeah, because you gave it all up to come here and struggle. Yeah. But like struggling builds character, and you'll be a far more interesting personality. And in a city where like...
Let me go grab another beer. And thank you, hey, and by the way, Ricky Ricardo, thank you for the beer. That's buying my next beer. I appreciate it. So this beer is for you. Any question you have after this is all yours.
Yeah, but it's really good to like recognize, like it's good to be honest with yourself about the fact that you're doing it. Yeah.
Oh, just okay. Upgrade it somehow? Like this. Like this. It's a pleasure knowing you.
Me too, Ryan.
Ryan, Zen. It's a pleasure. Next day is a little better.
Yeah.
Remember, it's called the days because sometimes even the days. We put it all back together with these things. Yeah. Cheers, my friend.
Okay, you guys all have to sit in the same area. Let's all congregate together. You come move out of your corner. Come get in here.
I'm in my corner of isolation.
Are you talking to me or him?
Oh, him now because you're on the thing. But when you get off your thing, you come do this.
Okay, well, all right. I'm gonna finish this little thing up, and I'll join you guys.
Okay, so Kendall, Ryan.
Your Resonance Creative, yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. I'm gonna go a little deeper on that right now for you. Go read the story of Narcissus. It had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with pity. It had nothing to do with gaining value off of someone's lessening of worth. It was all about Narcissus looking into a mirror, and falling in love with his reflection, thereby just forgetting that everybody else existed. Which the benefit to that story is it's fucking true. No one exists but you. But then when you go, okay, well, if no one exists but me, if I look around and I realize everyone is me, then everyone is you. And so being Narcissus is perfect. Because then instead of looking at a mirror and a stagnant object, you could look at something walking around and say, that's exactly me. And so you could be Narcissus towards everyone else. And then you'll get the real moral of that story, which no one actually ever told you, because they try to paint a bad light onto what self-love was. And it has nothing to do with pity, and it has nothing to do with hate. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with enjoying the physical form. Narcissus had more to do with loving the mother. loving the figure, which is matter, because he looked at himself and he seen an image that he adored. So if a man sees an image that he adores, it's the feminine creature, because the feminine creature is matter, which is mother, ma. So, but we've got it all confused because we've been told by the religions, we've been told by the scientists, the sociologists, the psychologists, and every other institution that these things are not okay. And it's all fucking lie. It's all backwards, it's all upside down, it's all inversion. And it has nothing to do with actual absolute self-worth, value, truth, knowledge, reasoning, wisdom. There's nothing you can do. Every time you wake up, you think you're going to escape this whole thing? You don't. No, you're still in your body and you're still enjoying it, and you want to touch things, and you want to eat things, and you want to be part of this reality. And if you don't want to be part of it, you know what happens? You think you can go to, all you do is just go to a different reality. It's going to be another physical one. I promise you that. I promise you could get out of this reality, but you're just going to go to another physical one. It's just a matter of adjusting the realities. Like, I'm adjusting this reality right now. If you really, 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 really knew what I think, what I believe, what I know in my heart that I'm doing to this reality through this computer, I'm changing everything. Because right now you might say, okay, Zen's got a few thousand subs, and he's got a few people listening to him, and he thinks he's just him. No. I'm thinking 5 years down the line. I'm thinking 2 years down. I'm thinking a year down the line. I'm thinking we'll see what happens, because it's going to be adjusting everyone's mind, because eventually you're going to have to hear this. Eventually you're going to have to hear exactly what the fuck I'm saying, because I don't speak for me. I speak for the gods. I speak for infinite immortal realms. I speak for Atman. I speak for Zen life. I speak for things that aren't even inside of the vocabulary. I can't even say the words because you can't even understand them. I would have to speak another language altogether. And you go, what the fuck is he saying? But even right now, I'm speaking English words. I'm speaking English right now, but you could take those words to people and let them hear it, and they wouldn't understand it. They wouldn't be able to even implement it into their life and their heart, but it would affect them. It would shatter things in their mind. It would shatter pieces of their heart, and it would start to break open areas in there. You could call it your chakras, but we don't like to say chakras because we're American. We're American. We ain't fucking Indian out here. We ain't speaking that language. We ain't talking about the Muladhara. We ain't talking about those things because nobody knows what those words mean. How the fuck do people want to talk about doing yoga when they don't even know what the fucking word yoga means? This is where I get real deep on the shit with people, because they want to be talking to me about going and doing yoga. They ask me if I do yoga. They ask me if I meditate. I'm like, what do you mean, do I do yoga? I'm doing yoga and meditating all in your face right now. Because yoga means to yoke yourself to your own spirit. It doesn't mean to go fucking, to move. It doesn't mean to go put yourself on a mat in a gym and stretch. That's not what yoga is. That's dumb. That's fucking immature. But the reason people don't know that is because you're saying yoga, which means yoke, but it's from another language. It's not even an English word. You'd have to call it something different. It's the same reason we can't be out here talking about all these things. That's why they make fun of those. Regular Americanized people. They can't even see that shit because it's like, I don't speak that language. How the fuck do you know what Muladhara means? And these people out here teaching yoga. They ain't teaching yoga. They're teaching you how to fucking stretch and how to keep your mind isolated into one little instance of what you think the fuck that thing means. And so now, how are they gonna affect someone's life that actually needs help, that speaks English, when those people there that are teaching the classes don't even know the language? They don't even know the language that they're speaking. You know how many dialectics there are? Dialectics of you call it Indian? What kind of, which language are you speaking? What part of there are you speaking? What dialectic? But they out here talking about chakras like they know what the fuck they're talking about. They never even seen a chakra. They don't even know what a chakra is. They don't even know what their organs are. They don't even know what they don't know what their, you got all these different things. What's this little thing here? What you gonna call it? Oh, well, I've got an energy. I got a yellow energy. I got a purple energy here. I got a yellow energy here. Fuck you and your purple and yellow energy. You don't know enough shit about it. These people, see, this is the shit this is the dark matter that speaks through me. They're trying to grow flowers, but they have no fucking roots. This is the roots that I'm talking about. they're trying to speak in tongues and languages that no one can understand. And they need to stop that. You need to speak English. Make it basic to these people, because these people out here, they need your help. For all these people that want to teach people yoga, they need your help, but you're trying to speak a different language. You a good looking, these really good looking bitches, got their nice channels, everything's all fancy, blah, 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 doing this extra special moves, calling all this stupid shit, lighting some sage and acting like they some sort of fucking wise one. Man, come and smoke with me. Come and smoke some Salvia Divonium. Let's see how wise you are. Let's see what you know about time travel. Get out of body with me. Come see me. Come see me in the dark realms. But that's the thing, is they want to talk. They want to be up here talk on surface level, talking to these people. They need to use English words. They need to translate what they think they know from some fucking dude wearing orange that had a big long yogi beard, that, or some woman that was whatever the fuck from, always wearing the color. There's a reason for that. That was studying Buddhism, but not even understanding Buddhism ain't even a fucking religion. Not even understanding what Buddha even means, thinking it's a person. Same people that think Jesus was a person, think Buddha was a person, think Allah is a person. No, Allah is arm, leg, arm, head. Buddha is an idea. Jesus is an imagination. That's the true triune God. But I digress. Let me enjoy my beer.
I'm not 86 from the bar. Other bartenders who don't know me are going to tell me. And like, my shifts are during his shift.
You wonder how much for shots at this place? For a shot, I could probably get a shot for $4 or $5. I think. Well, I'm drinking PBRs. I think they're always $2.
You don't need to go out and get fucked up in the middle of the night. That's not a lifestyle.
Ricky, you talk? Nah, maybe. What's up, Jankar? Exactly. So if we're all one, we're all narcissists, and his anti. Yes. There you go. Be whatever. There's no anti anything. Shaman clown. That's exactly as society's interpretations. Don't go beyond seeing only your own reflection. When you recognize everybody is just like you. Yeah. What's up, Dave? Yeah, Resonance Creative. That's for sure. Hearing but not understanding was me listening to Savan in 2012. Yeah, you didn't get it. Yeah. Yeah, Savan, I've always, like, he was one of my original, like, I dug what he was saying, like, yeah. You shouldn't Nirvana B, I got you choking on yoga. Critical depth, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, apparently, you guys are encouraging the awesomeness.
Did I tell you he plays some instrument? He has to.
Stuart Lalo, that's a really big question. I can't answer that perfectly because I don't know that I've had a full one on without the use of some sort of chemical, assister. I'm sure that through the use of alcohol, I've had some on the come up, because there's something alcohol does to bring you down, and then you can feel it on the come up. And there's also, obviously, you can use MDMA, you can use certain plant substances. But I mean, on a regular basis, like more than a few times a week, I'll have absurd amounts of energy charged through my system where I can't control my feeling. Like most of the time I can't control whether or not I'm going to cry or not. No, but that's connected directly to my spine. So I've never had anything where I was like popping off, exploding my. I mean, I've felt the pop in my pineal gland before. I've felt what I'm pretty sure is Kundalini, because I've done some pretty good substances, and even without them, I felt something similar many times. Nothing to any degree where I was like immobile, but close to it, like where it wouldn't make a lot of sense for me to try to get up and walk around. It happens to me frequently. So, to kind of answer your question on that, how do you change? You just become more sensitive, I think. I think the most basic thing is you become more sensitive to everything. And so sensitivity is a gift and a curse. And we don't even want to call it a curse, but it's just something that you have to learn how to handle. If you can tune a dial to get to 95.2, but that's not really getting the frequency. But if you have that little micro dial, you can get to 95.237582, whatever. Then you can get the radio station. That's basically what fine tuning the frequency is, and I think it has something to do with what Kundalini offers. It's a really great book on Kundalini. It was just a little too high tech for me at the time, but it was called I think it's called The Biology of Kundalini. So that might be an interesting read for you. Yeah, I mean, because I can get into the astral realms, I've had some things in the astral realms where I think was pretty much Kundalini, but. What's up, man? What's up, Branches? Does your sigil resemble an aligned antenna? I think you might be correct about that. Can you see everything that I put in there? I've told people during the live cast what it is. I didn't explain all of it, but if you could figure it out, I'll buy you a drink. It's pretty easy to figure out if you know a little bit about something. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because he'll give it away. Is it hard to raise the Kundalini? The serpent. I don't know, man. I think it just really has to do with someone's capacity to be open to emotion. Let me rephrase that, because I always make this very big distinction between emotion and what feelings are. To just feel feelings. Feeling feelings is, if you're capable of it, then it's just a matter of transitioning it through. Say, I'm sexually aroused. I'm hungry. I have this feeling in my stomach about something. My heart feels this way. I want to say something. My mind is like this. And I think it's just a matter of, like, some people might have physical things that won't allow that to happen, but and even that's part of the fake yoga, the Americanized yoga. That's helping people. I mean, I'm not, I don't mean to shit on it completely. It's just not what it means. But that's opening up pathways, physical pathways. But most of it is opening up neurological pathways. And so a lot of that, I think a lot of people here, I think a lot of people that have done Orin, probably just off of Orin, have probably done quite a bit of work on releasing the Jed, opening up the pathways for Kundalini, opening up the serpent channels, because that's going to do a lot right there. Obviously, being somewhat of an alcohol shaman, an alcohol emist or something, I've done it differently, in different ways, but what words do I have that can adjust the mind to make boring hours meditatively amazing? So Cam, if you use the word bore, what's the first thing you think? Here, I'm gonna let you pick the words out, because I know you already know what they are. If you think the word bore, what do you think? There's gonna be two things that you need to think about, and then we're gonna invert those words. I wish I could type on here. I'm not listening to anything. I'm listening to myself talk. So Cam, are you on board here? Okay. So no. Boring was the correct word. What are the two things you think about? B-O-A-R, a bore, like a, right? And to something to dig down into the earth. So if something is, a bore. Yes, a bore is a pig. And then something that digs down into the earth is something to bore into the earth, B-O-R-E. Or to bury, or burrow. Burrow is from bore. Bore is to dig into the earth. So now if you invert what you see or you feel about a boar, meaning the animal, and you invert going down into the earth, you'd find words that are sprightly and springy and blossoming and fruitful and multiplying and eccentric and glorious and immaculate, refreshing, entertaining, splendor, beneficent. Now see, that's okay. And then you can find what's the opposite of the animal. You'd call it like, what do those animals do? Like eagling, like an eagle soaring, and what would those creatures up there do rather than be boorish? You would invert a boar into something that would be probably a flying creature, and what they do. So you would use that kind of. You'd be your own thesaurus. You wouldn't have to say what is the opposite of this thesaurus. You could just say, well, I can see what the opposite of, you could even say what's the opposite of B. That's a difficult one, but opposite of B is kind of an A, so it's more like to excel or to accentuate or to amplify or to cause amplitude or to air, to be up in the air, to associate, to acclimate, to ascend. So that would be the opposite of bore. So if you think that what you're doing when you're sitting down meditating is boring because you're boring yourself into the earth, you're stuck there, then you're not letting your mind do all of the things that we just said. Does that make a lot of sense, man? No, I don't. Stuart Leo. I'm the craziest, weirdest dude out here. I don't got any protocols. Everything is for whatever I feel like doing, whenever I feel like doing it. But for most people, I would say don't eat a lot because eating is going to get in the way of your sun gazing for sure. And there is the difference between where the sun is, like whether it's coming towards you or going away from you. It's pulling energy or pushing energy. You're still going to get a return from it. You're still getting the soul energy of it. You're getting what's being spewed out of it. So I like daytime and evening time sun gazing. It's always said if you can sun gaze when the sun is at high noon, then you've accomplished the task. But that's a lot to do because you're gonna have to stop eating. You're gonna have to clean your body out really well. You're gonna have to build up to that. It's not really a tolerance, but it's about a way of melanating the inside of your eyes and your eyeballs themselves, and cleaning up your system. So there's a lot going on there with that. So I can't really say there's a good protocol other than clean your diet up, be more liquid. The more liquid you are, the easier it's going to be to stare at the sun. So there you go, man. Isn't it funny? Like, hold on. Can I show you what's really funny? There's this guy. His name is of course. There's this guy. His name is Hey Cam, I think you know who it is. It's called hiddenmysteries.com. Donahue, Bill Donahue, and he always talks about the green light. And he talks about the emerald green light and why you should put a green light on your porch. And its connection to a bunch of really crazy things in astrology. And now if you look around this bar, what you'll see is red light everywhere. But if you look right over my shoulder, what do you see? What do you think the possibility of that is? This entire bar is that color. But I somehow chose to sit right next to the green light. Go check out his website. It's called Hidden Mysteries. He's a guy that knows the Bible as good as anyone. And there's some really interesting. Yeah, the Emerald City. Yeah. What was the chances of that? I haven't been in this bar before like that. I've sat at this bar before. There was no way of me knowing. I could have sat there. I could have sat there. I could have sat over there. I could have sat over there. I could have sat over here. But instead, I chose to sit here. But why? It doesn't make. It doesn't. See, that's the weird part that I just go, okay, that's cool, that's awesome. That's just more of a like a synchronicity that for me confirms something. I don't know what. I mean, I think I know what, but we'll just say that's cool. But check out Bill Donohue's work on Greenlight. I don't know that he did any YouTubes on it, but go to his website and you'll find stuff on Greenlight. And then you can get to like Green Lantern. I think that will give you a little bit of an insight. You can even understand what the Incredible Hulk is and the Green Lantern. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess. It's 11:11 already? Is that the time? Yeah. I mean, well, what else are we supposed to do out here, Shaman Clown? And the greatest part of this is this table right here that I'm leaning on is made of copper. It's this tiny little table. This bar stool is bar stools. These I don't know. This fits 4 people, but this table only fits 2 people. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know if you can see it right now. So see this tiny little table right here, but then we got this giant ass seat over here. It's so funny. This is how much of a dive bar I'm in. Yeah. Dave, you went 12. That's awesome, man. 12 is a strong master number. Oh, we got the bass player coming here now, so we gotta get music in about 30 minutes. So you guys might get to hear some live music, and it won't even get copyright claimed because it's live. 26. That's awesome. All up in the dive bars, man. I don't know if y'all seen at the beginning. Like we in the. I don't know if y'all know New Orleans like this, but I'm at the Circle. It's a great place. It's got an interesting energy. It's cozy. It's comfortable. But sometimes it's just like I've been here a few times. But it was too chatty. I don't know. It was like people coming here after work just for like happy hour, and they were just chatting about shit that I didn't want to hear about. I like a different kind of bar. I don't know. But right now, this might be a little more comfortable for me. It seems like the right kind of people are coming now. Ricardo, you did 32 days on urine? That's fucking crazy, B. You did 32 straight days. You didn't eat nothing? That's crazy, man. That's awesome. That changed a lot, huh? That changed you a lot, huh? Yeah, that's crazy. That's so you up there with like you're on a level I'm not even on, I guess. You well above me, man. That's crazy. You got some pumpkin seeds on the 5th day. Pumpkin seeds are good, man. Those you probably didn't even know it, but that was actually cleaning out. You probably ate them on purpose. Because pumpkin seeds have a certain chemical in it that kill, I don't remember what exact parasites, but there's certain parasites pumpkin seeds are, directly linked up to murdering their faces, Yeah, Dimension Extensions. I mean, there's so many bars around here, so I don't even worry. Dimension Extensions, where are you? I probably asked you this 1,000 times, dude, and I apologize. Where are you? Where's your locale? New Hampshire. I've never been up there, man. I've only been through there like one time. I was up through Boston and whatever. Yeah, that's a really important question. Did you have a job at the time, Ricky? Because when I did my long fast, Ami did hers, and she was working, and I wasn't. So it was way different for like our experiences. Because in one sense, the working helps you because you got to put your mind on something. You got something to do. It takes your mind out the fact that you're fasting. For me, like I'm not saying my task was more difficult by any stretch of the imagination. Excuse me. by any stretch of the imagination am I saying that it's harder to fast while not having a job than it is while working. But there is this kind of mental thing that you go, okay, 40 days, like there's nothing I can do. I cleaned the house. The house is fucking clean. Got that covered. Got the OCD covered day one. Okay, I've read a book. I've read some books. I've read a bunch of books. Okay, I've watched a bunch of videos. Okay, I've educated myself. I've done some painting. I've done some artwork, etc., 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 etc. And then you like on day 15 and 16, 17, 18, and you're just like, what more can I really, like, how much more time can I compress into a day? Like, 24 hours becomes a long fucking time. Especially now your dreams become more vivid. Like, sleep is not the same. You're starting to have, like, different vision in your eyes. You got a couple healing crises you got to deal with, but, you know, it's an interesting thing. Oh, you were a server at a Tex-Mex? So, interesting, because Ricky Ricardo, when I did my water fast, I enjoyed thoroughly cooking because the smells of it gave me the energy. I would cook for people, and I mean, I know you probably heard me talk about this before, but for whoever hasn't, like, I would cook for people, and they'd be like, "You're not eating, but you cooked this." People are just really suspect of, like, I'm like, I don't really care if you believe me or not, but, like, yeah, I made this because I wanted to smell the food. I needed something to take up my time. I needed 2 hours to be taken up. So I elaborate recipes. I went through everything I knew about alchemy, everything I knew about how to cook. I mean, I could fucking chef it up in the kitchen, and I was just like really just bringing it all to it. I couldn't taste anything. I couldn't put anything in my mouth, but I could smell it all. And I know portions. I know how to put things together. I know how much of this and that works. And so I would make food for people. And they were just like, "Are you serious right now?" But it gave me a lot of energy because I was smelling it. Dimension extensions. You have sunspot from your sun gazing, and it changes into different. That's interesting. That's awesomely crazy. Sunspot and the vision is an interesting thing. You know, because that comes and goes for me depending on things. But the spot there can be either like protein build up in your eyes that need to be removed, or it can be actually like seeing a sight. So that is hard to tell, man. I can't really get into that too much. Dave, I did mine in the worst part of the year. I was in Baltimore and I did it January 1st. I did it in the middle of dead of winter. I would never suggest anybody to do a fast in the dead of winter. It was it was the greatest idea, but like, it just when I needed to do it. You know, there wasn't a lot of. It's just like all of my studies and all of my things. Just say, okay, do your fast, homie. Just fast. It's 40 days. Just have fun. It's all right, cool. You know, it wasn't something talking to me. That's how I talk to you. But yeah, don't do it in the winter. Don't figure out a way to do it in the summertime, because the sun will help that whole thing out. I was white as a ghost. No sun, no outside time, no exercise. You know what I mean? So doing a fast during the summer when you can exercise and get sun, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. Turpentine is awesome. Hydrogen peroxide is awesome. Baking soda, no. Baking soda, go ahead and take a bath in that if you want, but don't internalize it. Don't take it into your body. Take in turpentine. My suggestion with turpentine is mix it with a really good tequila and a raw honey and a few drops of oregano. That's the business right there. Oregano, turpentine. A couple drops of oregano. Oregano is super strong. A couple drops. Turpentine, tequila, and honey. That's good. And you want a really good tequila. You want the. Well, I mean, you could work with añejo, but reposado is fine. Just don't get the light stuff. Yeah, I was cold. Yeah, Dave, I was very cold during that time.
Shit, dude. I gotta register my car here. You can't know about that.
Well, Cam, you go ahead and take what I just said. I can only do that in a moment, man. I can't repeat that. I did that for you, Cam. Roseanne, I did that for you, man. I can't ever repeat that. That's not how I work. I wish I did. I don't have the capacity to always just, I mean, I'll say something like that, but like, you take that and you run with that. You do that. Oh, and that thing I'm gonna write for you soon. It's gonna be fun. I just, you know, I got some new tarot cards and shit. I almost want to go home and play with these tarot cards for you guys, but I am thoroughly enjoying the color, the healing color of the red lights plus the green one behind me. And then I have right here next to me this window that I get to see like this whole, like I have this, look how quickly this world changes. I can see these, I can see like right next door there's all of these fucking old people that are like basically beyond broken and homeless, like right next, like right there. They'll walk by here and you gotta walk by them to go home. There's like dozens of them, and then I go through under the tunnel and there's all of these fucking homeless people, houseless, excuse me. And oh look at this one. You hear what's on the radio? Bon Iver. See, now I gotta cut this out of my head because I'll start crying. And then we have over here all of that, and then we have this here.
More than a year ago now. She kept screaming, "Stop resisting," and I'm not resisting, like you're pushing me down. And she's like, "Stop resisting," and my friend looked over and he goes, "You stop the hate." I must love that. And I'm like, "Yep, good, just go." Like when you got me. Shut down. Yeah. Like, I didn't want my children in that socket anyway.
Dimension extensions. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. No.
Chaga tea is one of my favorites. Yeah. Yeah, whiskey. I never really got into whiskey. I assume Stuart Leo. Borax. Borax I think is probably a good cleanser. I've never used it, so I can't really comment on it, man. You know, I can. Sometimes I will give people advice on things that I haven't used, but not very often. So borax I can't comment on, but it seems like something okay. It just
One job, Randy.
there's so many other ways to go about it. Thank you, Ricky Ricardo. I'll go get that next PBR, man. You're a fucking genius, man.
Good night, buddy.
Later, guys.
Yeah. Dimension extensions, that's wicked, man. That's fucking awesome of you. Is it alright to put salt in a neti pot? Distilled water for a neti pot? I wouldn't see the use of using the salt. Like, why would you? I'm just asking the question. Why would you need salt? What's the purpose of the salt? Why not just use the distilled water? What's the salt doing that's not being done? Why wouldn't you know? Go the opposite direction. Put a tiny bit of instead of using salt, which would be dense and will actually cut things in your nose and cause a problem, use hydrogen peroxide, very low level, because it's more oxygenating. DMT or weed, I can't comment on that because that's you're asking about like fucking like a fruitcake versus a damn mountain lion. You know, that's the difference. A fruitcake versus a mountain lion. What do you mean? What's better? What's better for what? What's your purpose? See, that's people ask simple questions like that sometimes, Stuart. You know, and it's like, for what? What's your purpose? You want to go smoke some DMT and fucking walk around in the middle of Disneyland? Or just just smoke some decent weed. And even at that, I mean, what do you mean by weed? There's so many different varietals at this point. There's so many different brands of that. It's hard to say. Cam, what do you mean? How what? You got to rephrase that from earlier because I don't mean what you mean how. Oh yeah, dimension extensions. Well, you know what? The better thing to do is just just do an enema. Get a, you know, salt water has to be, for salt water to be used properly internally through the mouth, you have to have the right specific gravity. Meaning it has to maintain the water has to be filled up with enough salt that it just goes through the body and it doesn't get sucked into the body. And so it's hard to find out. It's hard to actually get that right. I believe it's 3.5%, but I could be really wrong. It just doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. Like you would never go to the ocean and just drink salt water. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. So I don't see much purpose in the salt water or anything. No, man. I don't get too tangled up in all that shit. Like I use a shower head cleaner, you know. I use a filter for it, just like one of them Callaghan's filters. But I don't get that caught up in it. I'm just like, you know, I can control so many things, and I used to try to control everything that it became too overwhelming to be thinking about. Like I'm drinking out of a fucking aluminum can right now. That's probably not the best thing, right? I went to this like little sushi joint. Like I don't know, was there mercury in their sushi? I don't know. You know, that kind of shit. So it's like there's so many variables that I get to control that I just have to accept some things. And the water in the shower is one of them. If you can handle it and go get yourself a filter, if you can filter your water through your house, do it. Absolutely. But you know, that shouldn't be number one priority. Priority should be the dense material items that you're putting in your mouth, and then secondarily the drinks that you're drinking, meaning you want cleanest water, and then you can start getting into all the little accoutrements, the little extra little things that you're doing in your life that may. And as I always point out to you guys here, I know sometimes what happens is I'll be talking and I get my voice is somewhat, I have this monotone thing about my voice that I put people into a trance. But I only say this, if you give me a thumbs up, it's not for me, it's for people in the future, so that way I can find this information. And sometimes you guys just start listening, but it's so simple, just hit the thumbs up button, and that way the people in the future can find this shit. This is, you know, a thumbs up doesn't make me feel better about shit, I don't really care. But you know what I'm saying? And I get it, my voice is very, very, it's just the way it's just the way I talk. And it's a specific frequency and things. I'm not doing it on purpose. It happens. Yeah. Okay, Cam. Transform mundane times. I mean, a lot of it is just drink the piss. You know, if you just want to get right to it, drink the piss. That'll fix it. Oh, dude, dimension extensions. The only thing better than the sound of a can popping open is a zipper going down. See what I got. Let's see what I got in my wallet over here. It's kind of stupid shit I've been doing here. 1, 2, and another $1 for this shit right here. I knew I shouldn't have eaten sushi today. Ricky Ricardo, you got me there, yeah. You hear what I'm saying? It's the only two things worth listening to. Well, you know, the other thing is my voice, but that's just me being narcissistic. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm gonna get that other beer that Ricky Ricardo bought me. Let me go get that.
We've done that a couple times out in the world. You've done that out there? Yeah. Dude, I don't remember. There was somebody who had a really weird mutual friend too. Do you know Aladdin? And you threw Aladdin? I know, but I met you somewhere else. You're really good friends with my friend. Wasn't there our meeting was named Zach? I'm certain. There was like at least one. Yes. At least one that I talked to in the world. It wasn't a lot. It was like, I mean, this has been more than 6 months. But it just occurred to me today.
Was it saved like your questions?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, then maybe at our bar?
Yes, probably. I imagine. I stumble into our bar at least like once a month. I'm sure we have to have had a mutual friend there. Even if that wasn't it, I've met you in the world. We had a really profound conversation.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
feel good about that.
People came in and out.
Yeah, sometimes I don't recall everything like this. You know, we're in the same ship then.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Ship to nowhere land.
It's fun.
Well, there we go. Standard practice.
Like, you know, I don't remember the conversation. She said that night.
I feel like in the world.
Dimension extensions. That's so funny you asked that. When I was when I moved to. It's fucking hilarious that you asked this. I moved to Indiana, right? And I was living in Indiana. Or excuse me, no, I lived in Illinois first because I was living at the Garden of the Gods. Yeah, go chew on that one for a little bit. This place called the Garden of the Gods, and there was this cabin that these people own this beautiful plot of land, and they built like tree houses and cabins. There was like 2 houses, 2 tree cabins, and like 2 tree houses, 2 cabins, and like just horses, and you know they got all land and shit. And on the road where they live, just about when I moved there, there's all of this crazy shit going on, and like where are these cars? What are these people doing? And there was a rainbow gathering at like 1 mile down. That the reason that I found that it was going on was because I used to hunt for spring water. I would go find spring water. So I'd be like, where can I find spring water? And so people were like, oh, there's spring water, blah blah blah. And so I started going on this path and trail, and I started seeing all these people. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Why are all these people in the middle of goddamn nowhere? And it was a rainbow gathering. I was like, it was so crazy. So yeah, I never participated in the whole thing. I know what they do. I see them out there. I see them cats. I see how they get down. They're a whole different species. But there's a lot of people in New Orleans that are just like that, you know, that are that same kind of system, the same kind of tribe. I know them like that. I mean, that's my people, but I don't, you know, that's not my. So yeah, that was right when I lived in Illinois, and then after that I moved in. Then I lived in Indiana. Imagine that, I lived in fucking Indiana in Illinois for a while. Just wanted some downtime, some quiet time. Yeah, I lived in Bloomington. That was cool. That's a cool little town, man. It's a place, you know, you could raise a family, and it's kind of neat because you got the collegiate university there. It's the only part of Indiana that's at all liberal. It's an interesting place, man. And it's one of the greatest places on planet America to get sushi. Believe it or not, I used to hang out with these fucking like real hardcore gangsters, like some real like Chinese mafia folk. They used to send in fish from like every single day, like straight like flying fish, fresh every day, like on some other shit. It was some of the, because I eat sushi a lot, you know. I've been in places where they should have good sushi, and it was okay. But this place was just like, I was like, how the fuck am I in India? I'm in Bloomington, Indiana, and I'm sitting at one of the greatest sushi restaurants on the planet. So, yeah. There's a little story.
ended up happening.
Yeah, Stuart, I got sushi in my backpack right now. I gotta take it home for the dog. You dumpster dive sushi there? Are you kidding me right now? Dimension extension, shut your face. Shut your stupid face. Do not say you dumpster dive for sushi. That's the most disgusting shit I've ever heard in my life. How dare you? Are you talking about the same place I'm talking about? Are you saying you literally lived in Bloomington and went in their dumpster? You know what I'm talking? You know the place I'm talking about? Are you saying it like that? Because that I could understand maybe, but like about anything you could dumpster dive for, sushi is like that's way down the line. That's you eat dumpster food? I mean shit, we all eat dumpster food. I eat shit off the floor, I don't really care, but that's mad funny. That's mad funny. So we'll see. I think you guys got me for probably like it feels like 20 more minutes. The way these dudes are like kind of pacing around. I feel like what time are we looking at here? Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. So they probably playing at like 9:30. So you guys give me like for 30 more minutes before live music comes on, and then you can have a live music session. You know what, Stuart, man? Here's the thing. Anything in the news, I think is all fucking horse manure. I think it's poppycock. I think it's bullshit. I think if anything, I didn't even read the story. I just, obviously he's a crazy dude. I mean, he's been through his, so like maybe. But at the same time, like maybe he just wanted to be out of the business. Maybe he's just like, I'm done with show business. And they're like, all right, cool. And we'll kill you. Because maybe he was just like, I'm done with the business. And there's like, okay, we'll kill your character. That's all they did. I think people, I mean, I'm not trying to give away all of what Hollywood is, but you have to realize everybody in Hollywood is playing a character or a role, and it's not, they're all on the same team. There's nobody really fucking with each other in Hollywood on the real. If you hold the holy staff, you hold the holy stick. If you were the holy wood, if you were the holy tree, if you're the whole fucking monster of all things, like everybody is the same as you. You all. That's what it means to be like the brotherhood, right? I don't deal with brotherhoods. I deal with something bigger than that. So, no, I don't know, man. Like he could have. I mean, people do die. People do have, like, there's some probably shit that's happened, but I don't think they'd popularize it. But if they could and just spin it off into a story, so be it. But I don't know. I don't know about that, man. Anthony Bourdain, it's kind of like the Robin Williams shit. It's kind of like all these other things. Like, I don't know, man. I think they were just done. I think they were just like, well, I've had fun. I think I'm done with the business for a little bit. And they just jumped on the boat, sat down with Prince and Tupac and Biggie and Michael Jackson and all them. You know what I mean? All these substances that supposedly kill people ain't what's killing them, Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I say it like this. I don't think he's DED, yo. Yeah, I mean, he was Dimension Extensions. I got you on that. You could see that, but. Everybody got their little life dilemmas, and everything's a little crazy out here. Yeah, there you go. Critical depth. That's it. That's what it is. I know we are. Like I've said this 100 times. Heroin. You know what? I got. Ricky Ricardo. You know how many heroines I have in my life? You know how many women that are like the heroine of my story? I got the heroes of my story, the heroines of my story. You know what? I threw them all out. I'm done with them all. I got one heroine that, like, I can mash the, I could, it's like this. The one that I lost because I messed up or she messed up or we weren't, it just wasn't right. Like, I can map that thing out in my head and go, it would have never worked in the long run anyways. We just weren't at the right time for each other. But, there's part of my heart, part of my mind that goes, man, that could have worked. That could have worked. That's the heroine right there. That's the heroine talking. That could have worked. That's your mind. The heroin is connected to depression. Hero is connected to anxieties. So your heroin is connected to the women that you lost, you loved and you lost, and you feel like you fucked up. And then your anxiety is was connected to the hero and heroin. The hero is your actual self in the future, being the guy that wins everything. You know, I got rid of both of those things. There's nothing I want to win, and there's nothing that I've lost. I'm just doing me right now, and that gets me in a place where I go, I got love for like, 3 things, 4 things, 5 things, and that, I mean, it ain't even things. Like I got love for myself. I got love for all of you. I got fucking love for beer. I got love for spirit. That's about it. If I get rid of all of that, I got love for spirit. That's what I got love for. You know, that's what it is. So I just get rid of the anxieties and the depressions through going, well, what how can any woman be my heroine? How could they be anything that I'm not? Yeah, and serious and on me. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, serious and on me. I mean, without question. You know, on me is on me is different, and so is serious. You know, like, and most people don't know who Serious is, but that's my puppy. You know, I call her puppy because I don't care how old she is. She's my puppy. It's kind of like a person going, that's my. You'll always be my baby. I don't care how old you are. Yeah, I mean that's the things. Those are my 2, like, more like, if there's any kind of attachment I have to the world, Shaman Clown, like, my attachment to this world is those things. Without those things, I'm not attached to this world at all. I'm only here to make sure that they have a better life. Without on me and without Sirius, you don't see me. This shit does not happen. Because this world is irrelevant. I love all of you, but not to that degree. But even that love is attachment, yeah? Love is attachment, which is the most confusing part. Because once you say love, you have to say Jove. And if you say Jove, you're talking about Jupiter. And if you're talking about Jupiter, you have to talk about what Jupiter's energies are. And then if you're going to talk about Jupiter, then you got to talk about the rest of the signs. And you talk about the rest of the signs, you're going to know what astrology is. And you know what astrology is, then you're going to have to know what you are. Which takes you outside of astrology. Yeah, that's the word, heroes and heroines, man. It's been that way for as long as we can remember. Remember this. The story has always been you have the hero programming, you have the heroine programming, you have the princess programming. But then you could get into the programming in a different way, which is basically the Celestine Prophecy way of looking at it, the 4 control dramas. And the 4 control dramas get into the way that the mind functions. So you get mind functioning through poor me, questioner, these kind of things. Looking at those, so there's 4 there, but then you have the 4 main archetypical, because then you've got the mother, the father, the son, and the daughter. Those are the 4 main ones, which gives you that prince and princess, that hero and that heroine, or but the most 2 initial ones. I hope this is making sense to people, because I broke this down before. The 2 original ones, the yin and the yang, are the dominator and submissive programming. So you get the dominator submissive, which turns into patriarchal and matriarchal. Dominator submissive is patriarchal and matriarchal. Now they flipped around a couple times. It used to be matriarchal, now it's patriarchal. Now it's going to go somewhere else, which I've explained before, which relies on silicone, which is why women are getting silicone put in their titties, and why women are putting, because they're trying to gain some energy that is actually computer driven. I can't do that right now. That's too much of a wild out. This is too much of a wild out zone. I don't know if I can remind me about that another time, but we'll get into that. But the point is this: is the origination was the patriarchal, matriarchal, mother, father, dominator, submissive complexes that then turn into the 4 control dramas, which then became The four standard archetypical stories of the hero, the heroine, the prince, and then the princess story. And the princess story is always somebody saved me. The prince story is he's gonna go be, you know, saving the princess. You know, that's the ones. And then we dip down into we take that 12, or we take that 4, and we divide it up again, and we get our 12 months, which become 12 stories out of the 4. Shaman puppies. Are archangels false light beings? No, I don't think so. Arcs and archons and arches, they're not false. They're just one piece of it. They're not totalities. Any archons or archangels or arcs of anything are literally an arc. It's not completing the entire thing. It's an arc. It's not a circle, and it's not a spiral. So you got arcs. There you go. Arcs are connected to sparks, and then you have circles, and then you have spirals. Spirals are 3-dimensional, and they work into like a 5th dimension. And you can see that as saying, if I take a circle and then I pull it this way, you're going to see something new. But if I take an arc, it's only a piece of a circle. So I can take an arc to a circle to a spiral. And so those are the 3 concepts. So you'd have a spiritual being, which is a spiral, or you'd have a psycho being, or a cyclical being, or someone that holds that 7. That's usually the bringer of death. You know, a scythe, which is connected to 7, which is actually a 7. That is, they're holding up a 7, which is called to sever, or to cut off the birthing cord. And then you have the arcs, and the arcs are fractionated versions of circles. Oh, so there you go. I can't go too much farther on that, because that's really intense shit right there. But I hope that makes sense. So, but no, they're not false light beings. They're just fractionated light beings. That's why there's so many archons. That's why there's so many archetypes, because it's pieces of something. Dimension extensions, does that make sense? Did that answer your query enough for the time being? Because we can dig in deeper on that soon, but just not right now, man. You know, I'm getting towards the end of this broadcast due to music gonna happen and just energetic values. I gotta piss, and there's and I think yeah that did. That makes sense though. That makes sense. Good. You can visualize it, right? You can see it. You can see what I'm talking about. Like the language links up perfectly with that. Like archons can't fuck with spirits. Archons can't fuck with psychos or spirits. Well, look at, so an archon is basically the lowest level. Like someone like, say, a shaman would be a spiritual being. Somebody like the Mayan Jin Abaddon is more like an archon type, right? I mean, he's spiritual, definitely, but there's like, you know, the bridging. It's, you know, there's the 3 things. There's the earth, the water, and the air, and so his energy and his force is different. So when you listen to him talk, of course I did, man. I was pretty wildly decent. You can watch their energy work differently. So it's like the arc can it holds a lot of energy and a lot of space, but the arc can't fuck with the psycho, the circle, because that's a completion of it. It's like you're just a cyclone, a cycle, a cycle, a circle. I'm at the Circle Bar right now. I'm an enigma or a shaman or a city within a circle right now, and it's hard to hold my energy. That's why I'm sitting in the corner. I can't go sit up that bar right now. Blast the bar open. It will be different. But you can put different people in different places that have different types of energy. Arcs can go just about anywhere. We can arc over here. We can arc over here. But it's hard to circle something, but to really be spiritual about something, that causes shamanic and like it's pulling our typical natures off of the page, because a shaman holds the she and the man. It's controlling the two energies that actually cause what you'd see as archons to exist. Archons tend to be, it's a male or female. Most of the time they're male, but archonic forces are masculine or feminine primarily. A shaman is both. A city is all energy. What's the energy of a 2D circle? A 2D circle is, well, if you were to draw one on a page, it's actually in 3 dimensions. You should go check out Core Love's work on this, and check it out. The violin's playing, so this can be my last thing I can ask for y'all. 'Cause I don't want to, yeah. But do you guys want to go watch this? And I'll answer that question fully later. Yeah, I get what you're saying. 2D, you're putting information onto a page so that it's 3-dimensionally drawn off of the page. That's why you can make sigils that will give you energy in a different way. So you guys want to go listen to this music? I charge this phone up pretty nice. What's up, Torrens Garden? You got here right for the music. Can you guys hear it? Torren. What you talking about? GoPro? What you mean GoPro? I can't tell, man. Do you want me to walk over there? Let me. Hey, Torren, and Torren, everybody else. Give me a second. Let me go take a piss. And Dave, yes, I used to play soccer. Just to get back to you. Branch is 2-month age urine. That's gonna be intense, man. That's gonna clean you up in a weird way. I ain't never done it, so I can't really comment. Oh, you mean GoPro videos? I'm an amateur out here. I stay amateur hour. Ain't never gonna go professional. Ain't no reason for it. I'm already well beyond professional. I'll bring you guys over there in 1 second. Let me go take a piss first. Alright, so let me I'll take you guys over there. I mean, I'm playing my phone. Yeah, Dave, I used to be mad nice. I played in college. I should probably be playing at least a low level professional league somewhere. Like, but not now. I'm way out of it. Like I'm way far away from that. But I was wild decent. Ooh, let's go listen to some music, guys.
I'm really able-bodied.
Are you guys excited? You guys excited for this music? A tad under 6. Come join. We'll listen to some music. Here, we'll do it from here. This should be good enough.
Then how you doing, buddy?
Fantastic.
Good. Hanging in there?
I am. This is gonna be working all night.
Okay, good.
We'll see how many dollars I got. I tend not to bring out too much money because I know it will happen.
It's a good game plan.
But we make mistakes sometimes. So I'm gonna overspend, I'm sure.
We all do.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. What is the first name? Are you going to enforce it upon these people who've been in here this whole time? Right? I'm saying, just like that, you're my everything.
We're not here.
I'm invisible.
Maybe if you stay quiet, you won't notice it.
See me, I got limo tints. I got limo tints. You can't see me. Limo tint. Uh-huh.
This universe right
I know. Where are you from?
I'm saying though, like,
You must be a Gemini though. You must be, no?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, okay, that's strong. Okay.
Wait, are you a Gemini?
But of course.
oh,
Do you know the shit about that? Like your rising sign and all that bullshit?
A little.
What's your rising?
Aries. After 7 o'clock.
So that's what you show. That's what you show.
Aries, rising, and Aquarius is
I
Okay,
use
so
5
moon.
prices.
It's moon. So Aquarius and Gemini. We run this shit. Remember you
And then all married others have a price.
Aquemini? Outcast? The album Aquemini?
No, I don't remember.
Andre 3000 is in Aquemini. And so you got Andre and Big Boy. Big Boy and Andre 3000. Gemini and Aquarius. So it's called
Wait,
Aquemini.
which one is the first? Andre's probably
Third one?
I mean, Andre's probably
Andre's a Gemini.
Yeah, so he's got total Gemini personality.
Yeah, I got Gemini all over, man. All over my shit. It's everywhere.
I'm gonna have
Sun and moon.
such your sun and moon.
Yeah.
You were a new moon baby.
And my rising is Libra. So that's
Yeah, so like,
my ex, like my most recent major ex, was she was Cancer Gemini cusp and Gemini moon and Gemini Venus. And I think there was something else that was just Gemini, and I was just like, oh man, I can't deal with all of this. I want to date one person.
No, you got like
I know
6
you guys
in-
get that rap for it.
It's not-
I do,
it's not our
but
fault.
it's a true thing. But it's a thing. You know?
I tell people like this. The problem with people thinking that Geminis are different, no, we're 2 pillars.
We're two what?
Two pillars. The 2
Yeah.
pillars. This is why the twins. It's Joachim and Boaz. You know, it's the middle pillars. But because we can go all the way over there and we can go all the way over there, people see us to be like opposing.
Yeah.
No, we're just very balanced. We harmonize things.
I think that's your Libra.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know who's talking ever.
Because I mean, for me, it's like I can see and I can feel it like on this level inside that I don't know how to describe with words, but I can feel it when I'm talking to this twin or the other twin. You know, it's just like, you know how like when somebody's present in the moment, you feel them. Right?
Yes.
And it's like all of a sudden
I'll tell you what, there's one thing I like.
you are with this one person, and it's great. And all of a sudden you're with this other person, and it's like, wait, what the fuck just happened? And it's like, I mean, that's how it feels on our end. It's like on your end, I'm sure it feels like, just balance. We could be this or we could be that, and it's all the same person. But it doesn't.
How do you do it
on the outside? It doesn't look like that at all.
I know, no. It's got to look really fucking. We look like crazy people.
It's like, in a lot of spines are pretty, I mean, everybody's got that shit. Everything is their shit, positive and negative, and imbalances, quirkiness.
Yeah, sounds like you're pretty busy.
I can see a Leo now. I can see it in your hair and your forehead. It's that facial dynamics. You got the big. It's out.
It's
See, but I usually my shit's down. You could maybe see me a little different with my hair.
I've never been to the gym.
I'm learning to appreciate those traits, but I'm also like trying to be mindful of like the negative traits that are associated.
82, 83,
76.
76. All right, man. You're doing all right.
Yeah, I
You're even older than I am. I didn't even know you got
I'm over
You want me to work
39?
here.
35?
39.
39? Okay. Yeah. I'm 41.
Whatever.
42 in another
shit's
couple months. But
whatever.
yeah, still. Yeah, we're like right there in the same bracket.
Yeah, I didn't even use that calendar anymore.
Like at this point, it's just like, whatever. The more I look at it, the more I'm like,
I believe it, honestly.
getting closer to the end.
Or the beginning. Which one?
Or the beginning of the next thing, whatever happens there.
What is next?
Oh, who knows?
Man, the other night.
Possibilities. It's like,
That might have been the night where it got
either way, I feel like comfortable that it's going to be
Yes. So what happened?
No, I mean, nothing, I don't know. He didn't deny the charge or anything, but.
I mean, if
I'm saying it's a night
energy
like this.
just transmutes and I
That was a weird night, 'cause I
push
came
it
in,
up daisies.
I came in
and say,
Okay, cool.
We already told you this
Like, he
stuff.
was mad,
Nobody
and he like
ever
gets on his
really
phone,
does.
like, he's looking at it.
Yeah, nobody ever really does.
And I think that the
And he's
physics
just like,
behind the
right.
concept of things
Yeah.
where like energy
And he
just
just writes
transmutes itself.
$100 on the tip.
So how do you think that you maintain this energy that where you are and the mind is here?
And everybody's
somebody
going, oh, dude,
outside.
that
How
guy
do we?
took
If
$200.
it's always transmitting, how are you
I was
keeping
saying,
it
like,
that
he
there?
wasn't from
Like we're interacting in a really wild way.
Yeah.
We
No, we're totally. We're out there. Yeah.
We're in here, we're out there.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Especially people from the
I got you.
No, we're actually like also in here.
Yes.
At the same time.
But other people ain't seeing that. Right?
No, we're totally just
How
like
are
on
they so
this.
bound up? Are they the cancers? Are they like
Are they what?
Are they like the little cancerous units? You know, like in your body, you get this little piece. Like, look, I got a little piece of cancer there, right? A little piece of cancer, whatever.
Yeah.
I get rid of that.
I just cut that out. I just performed surgery
Is that what you
3
do?
days
Is
ago.
that what you do for a living?
Well, not in the hospital.
Just for fun. Just for fun. It's a hobby. I like to cut things. I would like to. Hey, I'd like to keep my organs. I'd like to keep my organs.
The skin tag was like the size of like the biggest
I don't,
nipple.
obviously, I don't belong in.
And I've
Did
seen
you
some
suck
nipples that are,
on
like,
it? Did you suck on it
We're
first?
going to see the nutcracker.
No,
You nasty
but I played with it for a little while. Like, oh my gosh, this feels like a nipple on your ass.
You could have milked it.
Oh, I squeezed it. I was just like,
There's
yeah.
here bars.
But yeah, I totally like, sanitized and then like took a X-Acto knife with like, sharp blades and just like, cut it down the middle because at first I thought, oh, maybe let the, pus dry out or whatever, but it's not pus in there. It's like this mean fleshy.
It's coagulated DNA.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, so when your DNA gets all kind of like, it's called cancer, right? It's a can of sire. Sire is energy. You get knighted and you become sir. Hi, what's up, sir? It's sire.
It's perfect.
So it's coagulated DNA that it was improperly fluxing through your system. So you got all of your energy flowing through the system, and it got bound up there. Mine got bound up right there for whatever reason. But like I like it, and you know what? I get rid of it. It's quite faster. I just run like a water fast for a while. Just
Water fast is good.
I can't even do that.
We are mostly water here.
beer fast is just good.
Beer, yeah. I mean, I still am trying to figure out, like, okay, some people say that you just need to have water, plain water. But I'm like, well, hey, water isn't everything else, so.
No, like
Eat the fruit.
Like,
You're supposed to drink the fruit to eat the water.
Wait,
Drink the fruit and eat the water.
You're confused.
When you put water in your mouth, you're supposed to chew on it because your teeth are piezoelectric.
yeah, and they do this thing where the enzymes
really don't,
be like,
unless you live somewhere else. Like,
created and blended into everything that goes down your throat.
But they're mainly the electrical charge.
in South Florida, there's no such thing as a
Electrical charge.
No way.
You have 32 teeth, yes?
Not anymore.
Yeah, we lost
a few along
it.
the way.
But how many vertebrae you got
Yeah,
in
where's
your
your
spine?
popcorn tonight, Brandon?
I think I
32.
still have all of them.
32,
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then you get your
I had a
skull,
bag
which is
earlier.
33.
Then I had
All
yeah.
that
What is it
shit
called?
is
Smart
crazy.
What is it?
It's
Wait, now, so is that a Masonic thing? Because it's 33rd.
It's a 33rd
The other one
degree
is
masonry,
skinny
the
pop, and that's
33rd.
the kind I get
Jesus
from
is
the grocery
33,
store.
all that shit. It's all just your body.
So many.
It's your body. So these teeth are connected to your spine.
Popcorn is great.
So when you put something in your mouth and you chew onto a fruit, say you take an orange and you chew on it, you get the electrical discharge from the color orange. There was a vibrational currents of say 600 megahertz coming down the spine and build up what an orange looks like. And it's going to recharge your third through 8th vertebrae. And then you take the next one up, you take some lemon in your system, and it's going to charge the 14th through 17th vertebrae in your spine. Because that smell is actually connected to a note on the piano, which is connected to this taste that you're getting, this color that you're getting. It's connected to like the D note on the piano. You can play a sound and hear something that starts to color yellow like you need a lemon, and you will fucking break open spinal veins while you're chewing on it because it was this tooth back here that was actually connected to this right here, which was electrically going to some pulses in the entire system.
Yeah, this is how I've eaten it since I was a kid.
This is a whole new
I know.
concept and perspective for me. Yeah. I mean, I'm like
I know you
loving it
understand.
and curious and just like I want to, dive right into it.
This is
Rainbow Bridge.
I use it.
7 days in a week.
But I mean, it's like all your senses are connected.
But I'm not getting like heavy.
So it would be natural that like all the different elements and activities and things, whether it's just like seeing
Have you guys ever
colors,
done the
hearing
popcorn
sounds, smelling things, tasting things, feeling things.
How about tasting
My family
sounds?
like we used to do
Synesthesia.
porn in like
Tasting sense.
a big
Tasting
pond
sounds.
because we would fight over it. So we had to make like a stupid
Smelling
We're
color.
going to another department of concept right now.
Yeah, synesthesia. It's when your brain works
Everyone
holistically.
had to have their
All of your senses. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Are there 7 days of the week? Are there 7 colors on your board? Are there 7 keys on a piano?
Double butter and all that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is your portals. This is your portals. We portal into the temple. Here's a
What
temple.
about skin? Skin would be important.
Well, you have 2 extra ones. You have these 2. This is
That's a whole nother sensory.
But we're dealing with the 7s. 7 colors.
Yeah.
Some people don't show it. Like this.
Morning glory,
All the way, that's like everyone.
morning sun, no what a vain abstraction to think the brain can function well. Now the heart vibrations
That's all. Why you putting truffle shit on the fucking nose? Usually ask me why are you talking shit in corn? It is beautiful. Oh yeah. I mean, I like going there, but I will not eat that popcorn.
They've got nice seats.
Huh?
They've got nice seats.
Oh yeah. I'll take that theater. I'll go be bougie, but I will not eat that popcorn because it's an abomination. Don't fuck with the corn. It was and this is why we need taco trucks.
Like everywhere.
Everywhere.
One on every block.
I swear to God, like, every time I get to California, I'm like, this is not New Orleans. And then I get home and I'm like, where's the Mexican food? Actually, wait, I need to go back. I ate all the things. Although I said I was going to eat more this time.
I think it's all down on the where the food trucks are now. You know, there's a food truck parking lot on Chop.
What?
They park all the food trucks on Chop.
Chop and what?
Chop and do you know where the corner of Race and Religion is? Where that little where everybody gets married. Race and Religion. It's right in the corner of the Soleil, the apartment complex. So right across from Mardi Gras World. Mardi Gras World, and then go down towards Walmart. And there's a food truck parking lot where they have like a beer service station, and they park a bunch of trucks there.
Sick as fuck.
Yeah.
You think they're there right now?
I'm pretty sure. It's right next to my house. But
It's right next to
it's right next to where I live, but I don't know if they're open right now. It's a little bit of a bike ride. It's a little bit of a bike ride.
Yeah.
A mile and a half.
And I'm on a bike. Oh wait, are you recording this or live streaming?
Yeah. Live stream. I've been live streaming like 2 hours. Some people listen to me, I don't know.
Now it's too late for the sound. Whirling across the moon. As we stretch our hearts to replace the afternoon.
People give me money sometimes out here. They just donate money. Yeah. Like I have a few different ways people can donate money to me, buy me beers. It's a bit weird. I tell them all the crazy shit that I tell you. Yeah.
Thing that I don't know about
shit. We'll do a live show. Fuck it. Might go with
I
beers.
want to do something weird like in tacos.
I already ate sushi today and I don't like it.
You ate sushi today?
Sushi? No, I don't eat too often.
You don't eat too often?
No.
Like,
It gets in the way. It gets in the way of life.
it's too what?
It gets in the way.
So you only eat when you're hungry and you're like,
That's awesome.
Maybe.
how does that work?
If I did that,
It's like leveling up.
30 minutes and it was big.
I'm the same way. That's my stance if he's like that.
Up there. I mean, down here. Give liquid. Water. It's stuck at the top and falls down.
It goes up and then it gets heavy and then it goes down.
It's stuck in the earth.
I gotta dig into that concept a little more.
Days the sunset.
We would work on Soul Cat, Jesse's Luciano, right on the show.
I mean,
We'll dig into that now.
I seem to be a verb.
Yeah, all they do is come up.
they get spoiled.
Verb, what's that? Action.
But we're feeding them and fed them.
Right?
Man, next
Sounds
time,
like
next
it's
time you see some, or next time you catch them, you see some big catfish.
Cannot exist.
I love catfish.
That was horrible. That was horrible. Was and still kind of I was horrible with grammar. Like,
Look at grammar plus from grade 1. You're writing a book.
just say it how it comes out naturally.
Say I am. Say I am self. Abracadabra.
Come on back to me, y'all coming back to me. Come on back to me. Come on back to me, back to New Orleans. Come on back to me. Come on back to me, y'all coming back to me. Come on back to me. Come on back to these city that feeds your dreams. Run on back to me.
Things change sometimes.
Well, this is water.
Look, it's liquid.
To hell with superstition.
This is water too.
Some minor additive.
Who knows?
Tied around each race. One cruise east side, one cruise west. Tied around each race. One cruise east side, one cruise west. You're coming back to me. Crawl on back to me. Come on back to me. Back to New Orleans. Run on back to me, son. Come on back to me. You're coming back to me. Crawl on back to me. Come on back to me. City that feeds your dreams. Run on back to me.
Jesus fucking Christ. Crying. Crying.
Like his dog died. He's crying.
Thank you guys.
Because put up the sign and maybe a little bit more like that.
Or something. Not the volume.
I can't.
No, I saw this. It's not a story. I
I
was
just,
there.
like, can I also just say that they act like they're the toughest people and then when anybody
Stuart,
else,
I'm on a
you know,
phone.
wants
I don't
rights,
bring
civil
computers out.
rights, like
This is just a phone.
women's rights, you know, rights, they're like, why are you such a snowflake? Why are you crying? And then I threw glitter on this guy.
People call me Janice God many times.
He tried to punch me in the face.
Wait,
He tried to punch me and I had a bag of glitter. Well, we had a glitter cannon that the cop gave me, so I put the cannon away. But I had a bag of 4 ounces of glitter. And this dude went
Yeah, I seen it afterwards.
the rally lines like come at me and I just glitter all over his face. Dude's a 15.
Branches, don't chug the whole thing crazy.
Crying on Facebook going,
I'll give you a little more in a second. There you
I
go.
might be broken down, but I'm not coming down from this. You got my friends calling me glitter. My friends call me glitter now.
I'm not gay.
I'm gonna find you, woman. And
Yeah, G-Man, it'll get into your soul if you put it in your hair. There you go.
It's not me, but they thought
I'll be back in a
it was
second.
her. She actually lived out several years because they were talking about her thinking she was me. So that was actually, it ended not funny. But for 10 minutes on Facebook, this guy was bawling, going, "It may be great, but I'm gonna come back from this little bitch."
All my friends think I'm gay now.
All my friends think
But that story
Hey, the one time cops did something nice.
they're not liberal cops.
Yeah.
Sing down the street, the lamp will flicker as the shadows.
Years ago, but they actually went out there and they shut him down hard because he was
Life is good. It's a bad You're special.
Go get some food? Yeah. Thank you for coming by. Yeah. It's awesome. We have really chill evenings mostly on my shifts.
Brad, did you enjoy your
Really chill evenings.
Yes,
Not the late shows when we have metal bands, then it's like it's fun, but it's like packed and sweaty.
like I said, I like
We're getting it cool. Everybody's having good conversations. My shirt is making people share their stories about white supremacy and how they like fucked with it or laughed at it. Yeah, that's fun.
Stay well, man.
Hello. It's a little weird. Consider it to be like my muse. And so then eventually later on I wrote this song, and sometimes if I don't explain that, like I'm singing about Jesus or something, but in fact I'm singing it's called Prayers of Jealousy.
Wow.
Hey, Red, good to hang out. Good to see you. So it's
Fucking shit, buddy. It's magical. Thank you. That was, I can still hear your channeling. I see it. I can hear it. I know who you are. That was excellent. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, dude. Fucking hell.
Okay.
Anybody here want to guess who he channeled for that entire song? It's one of the most beautiful songs you ever heard. You go ahead and put in here who you think that was, because he channeled someone to do that song, and everybody knows who it is. And you know one song by this dude. Try it out. I'll tell you later, but lay down and she cut my hair. Do you know that song? He even fucking looks like him.
A broken tambourine. That works for me. There it is. Thank you guys so much. The receptive audience. Got a big one coming up next, followed by the one and only Cliff Hines. But that's not technically part of the image. I was bound by an ocean with oil reefs offshore, like black tears tattooed on the face of God. A scrapbook reminder of my place in this world. A droplet of oil caught up in the current, looking for ways to dissolve. They told me I'd become a man if I crooned the Hebrew runes of Sodom and Gomorrah. As Joe Nuka joined the hills, echoed his command. A part of me listened, but other had turned back. A statue of Solomon, waiting for the rain to dissolve. Get down on your knees, get down on your knees, get down on your knees and pray. Get down on your knees, get down on your knees, get down on your knees and pray. At 19, I flew south to the city of good air to refill my pain with a boldness into ink and trekking back north. I trailed Genesis land to the silver strip veins of the living Olympus. The last section black is like lungs of a miner pleading with the blood to dissolve. Get into your veins, get into your veins, get into your veins and play. Get into your veins, get into your veins, get into your veins and pray. This summer I danced in the middle of 4 peaks. I rose with the sun to the smell of burnt sage. Stood next to a man song to a cottonwood tree. Umbilical rope between a body and a bow until backwards he left the rope tore from his chest, and the desert wind left him re-sculpted from the sands of dissolve. Get up on your feet, get up on your feet, get up on your feet and pray. Get up on your feet, get up on your feet, get up on your feet and pray. If there's any one thing that I can believe, it's that entropy is a relentless God. So when I turn on the TV, set my brain asleep.
sponging off the airwaves, profit-driven profiteers reverbing off the rooftop on the square wave of the rising party, two shades of grey, slowly fading into one, into the great dissolve. Get down on your knees, get down on your knees, get down on your knees and pray. Get up on your feet, get up on your feet, get up on your feet and pray. Get into your veins, get into your veins, get into your veins and pray. Get out of your skin, get out of your skin. Get out of your skin. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Solar Kai,
Solar Kai.
Ray Luciano, Ray on cello, and we got Big Lenoir coming up next. Stick around and
Wow, that was intense. That shit was pretty intense, yo. We'll see. Y'all gotta remember that though. You guys gotta remember that. I can't remember everything. I can't use my pen right now to write anything down because I'm here live listening to Solar Kai. That's crazy, right? Dude, did anybody get it right? Did anybody get it who he sounds like? Did anybody get it right? Who he sounds like? Anybody? I'm gonna look through. I'm gonna scroll through. But the girl already said it. You could have heard her. She already told you who it was. It's somebody that left out early. Yeah, that was crazy, right? That Duke is saying a little bit. Like at the beginning, I wasn't catching it. I wasn't feeling it at the beginning. But then he fucking broke loose. That was like super sexy, like super good. Like wowzers. Like nah. Anybody got who he sounds like and who he did? I don't know that he did any covers from it, but anybody know who that sound like? Who the whole thing was? Like, dude is. I don't remember what year he. I'm gonna tell you who it is in a second. Come on, you guys gotta guess. I know, for real. So if any of you donate to me right now, I will make sure they get the money. It's simple. Like they might not get it tonight, but next time I see them. Like if you put any money in here, don't put it in here. Put it in one of my other fucking accounts because I don't get anything out of the YouTubes. Put it into my other accounts and I'll give it to them. Guaranteed. What the fuck do I need? I got money coming everywhere. I got money coming out my fucking orifices. But if you want to donate to these cats, because I know they work for tips or whatever, but feel free. If you don't want to, whatever. I hope you enjoyed the music, because can anybody tell me who he sounds like? Can you tell me who he sounds like? And he's gonna know it because that's his. When we talk about re-embodied spirits and shit, there's somebody very, very, very obvious. And I'll tell you what song it is you need to listen to if you don't know who the fuck that is. That was nuts. Hey, say your band name again, man. Solar Kai. E-K-A-I.
Let me get to know you, let's go on some dates, and especially people that I know in the city where we're always drinking. I'm like, let's hang out sober. I need to know you.
He seems like a cool guy.
It's always been nice when I'm out of PDR.
Yeah, because I always told these people over here that you have this thing.
Chris's birthday?
Yeah. Wait, what? Here now? He just left town. He just drove Will to the coast. For Sam? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, this sucks. I've been texting along Chris on my phone and this guy sucks.
Oh no! That's so awkward.
Chris. Shit, he's coming here. No! Dude, that is a bummer.
That is so hilarious. That's the shit that happens to me.
Dude, I really. Alright, I'm telling you.
Did you say you left? Yeah.
I was wondering, I was like, he said he was doing some weird shit. I was like, okay. Guess he just started doing
Fridays with Jonah.
So me and Jonah.
I just saw a shadow at the door. I was like, don't be saying this when he walks in, man. Fuck.
Yo, man, it's been a while since I've had a classic.
That's amazing.
I currently don't have a drummer only because he has been very unavailable. But
I'm amazing.
Dude, I can't believe that looks like that. That's crazy. That's awesome. Nah, he seems like a really cool dude.
He is. He's solid. He does.
Where's he from?
Ethiopia on the border of something, and I don't remember. Yeah.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
He seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's super solid. And he's like with my politics. Like he identifies as an anarchist already.
Just very good.
Like,
I
really, I've known him for 3 years.
I just came back.
Let me get you a So like maybe a month or 2.
Solid couple months.
Yeah, but 6 months till his next eyes check.
It didn't last too long because it's not.
We got a couple months to figure it
Honestly,
out.
like he seems
You
like
can't be like this.
Yeah,
So,
no, he's got a solid vibe about it where you just can tell. But I just really appreciate him taking the time.
Do you wanna write down your number and holler at you sometime, or do you wanna just work? I'm gonna work on it anyway. Well, if I do that,
take my stuff.
yeah, do that. Yes, this will be fun. This will be fun. Yeah, so you guys gotta wait 1 second because I gotta work on something here. We're gonna fix some things. We're gonna make things way different. So hopefully this doesn't shut off the stream or whatever. If it does, I'm gonna start another one up and do some tarot with you guys a little later. But just give me like 30 seconds to write this shit down. And I'll try because I want to read through what you had to say and answer whatever the fuck you've been saying for the last hour. Because I'm sure you had a couple questions for whatever the fuck I was talking about. But yeah, the band was wilding out, yo. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah. So did you hear who he sounds like? Jeff Buckley is the answer. And if you don't know what Jeff Buckley is, what he is, yeah. Hey, Rising Love, what are you talking about? What did I do? Why do you say your bottle got a bunch of stuff on the bottom? What are you talking about? What did I do? I know. I'm going backwards, so I'm reading you where you said I'm weird enough. Anyhow, you might disappear. It would be overwhelming, Branches. Daniel Benson, the only thing it's going to do, it could put you in a little bit of a coma state because it could be releasing a lot of things out of you. That's the only problem with that. I mean, most of it externally is going to work better. Remember Daniel Benson. You put it outside your skin so it doesn't have to go through the process of becoming. So you're going to put a lot of alkaline in you if you're using aged, and it's going to mix up with your acids in your stomach, and it's going to balance it out. You're not going to get as much of a use out of it. If you put it on your skin, it's going to go into, and it's going to be just like that.
Hey Matt, you're fired. Hey, you play baseball?
Yeah, outside of the skin, or if you can handle drinking it, which is tough. Sunbathe is the best way. It's the best way to do it. Let's scroll back through here. Let me see what you had to say. Anyways, so no matter what happens here, I'm gonna consider doing a little tarot reading a little later. Because let me get how much oh, my phone is still working pretty well here. I still got like 50% charge, so I could probably walk home with you dummies. Although let me see what my let me see something here. Oh shit, well that's terrible. See? Rising Love, you said. Oh, the stuff on the bottom, Rising Love, is either to be dried and used in a different way, or to be mashed onto the skin, like because it's basically it's a different part of the elementals. The basic idea is some people say that is the Ormus, but I don't know. I can't qualify that. Yeah, the stuff on the bottom is just a little different. Yeah, you know what? I mean, if you can, that sounds awesome. That's one way to do it. I've never done that, so I can't really tell you that's the right thing to do. But if you trust Daniel Benson, which I do to a degree, you know, I don't know who he is, like off a line, but I mean, I've chatted with him long enough where I think he's pretty fucking. I think he's on the up and up. So you try it out, you know, try it out, smoke it. Somebody told me they put some up their schnozzelberries the other day. So yeah, it's just. Put it on your skin, put it back into your body. It probably has something, you know? Yeah, try it out. If you can try it out, I want to know about it. I want to know about it, Rising Love. Yeah, there you go. That's the gold DMT. This is what I'm hearing by a lot of people. I've heard that by 3 different people. I've used it. I've never dried it out and used it in a different way. I've only used it on my skin, so I can't really. That's all. You know, I can't really. I always tell you guys that if I have not done it, I'm not gonna really comment that deep on it because I can't justify speaking on shit I don't know about. Here, I want. You know what? When people, you know what? The only person really about that life is Daniel Drury, because Daniel Drury said he said he's gonna take it through the nose, and he did it on camera. Everybody else is fake about that shit. Are you all still here? Oh, you've left.
No, like, and he went.
But this will be, we'll call this a time. If anybody can find it, or I should just start a new live stream. We'll see. Maybe we'll just call it More Music. Maybe I'll do that. I'll start a new live stream for this one. It's a different band. So, yeah.